So if you take a scroll through Kelly Oxford's social media feeds, you'll see this. You'll see her pets. There's some there. Yeah, they're so cute.
Archie.
Your children. Yeah, with pets
and B
as well. And your deep love of Oprah and her preferred way of eating a fillet of fish, which, in case you're wondering, means with shredded lettuce and without cheese, right? That's correct?
Yes.
You'll also see the sharp wit and smart humor that has gained her a massive following. The New York Times bestselling author is now back with her second book. It's called When You Find Out the World Is Against You. Kelly Oxford joins me now in studio.
Hello.
Good
Hello.
to see you.
Good to see you, too. Thanks for having me so early in the morning.
So early in the morning that my dinner's almost done here.
Oh, my God.
You're not an early riser?
Well, it's very early for me. I flew in last night, and then there was a ton of delays, and I woke up at 2:45 a.m. my time.
Okay, yeah,
to come here.
That is really early.
Yeah, so I feel weird right now.
You kind of
I feel really weird.
You feel really weird.
I feel like I've been up all night.
Yes, no, I know that feeling for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about this being, your second book tour.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy the process? The touring portion of it?
Yeah, I was a little scared of it this time because the first time I had no idea how much work it was. This time going into it, I know how much work it is to talk about yourself.
Is that uncomfortable?
Oh yeah, I guess there's some people that really enjoy it. I am not one of those people.
That's why
I like meeting you.
Right.
I like doing that, but talking about me is like
not
boring.
on this
No.
list. I know that's why I'm in the position I am. No joke. As soon as the tables are turned, I become very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
it's just
very
don't ask
easy.
me questions.
Okay, I won't ask you anything.
So I've got a question for you though. Okay, so you talk about a lot of stories of your life, the essays in this book.
Yeah.
And you talk about camp.
Yes.
Which I could relate to, by the way. There's a great story in there. A lot of little sort of intricacies of that story I feel like I've lived. And you also moving from Canada to the U.S. and the fear of earthquakes and anxiety, and that sort of seems to be a constant theme.
Oh my God!
And in your life,
anxiety all the time. I'm like always prepared for something. I'm prepared right now for something to happen.
Really?
I mean, always.
And you're saying you've been like that since you were young?
Since I was a little kid. Yeah.
So how do you cope with it?
Accepting it rather than fighting it, I think, was the first step to just feeling a lot of freedom. I think that when I was younger, feeling like it was wrong or the anxiety was something bad or something I should be afraid of was the hardest thing. And when people ask me about anxiety and how I deal with it, I always tell them just to accept it because it's not. I mean, that's how it changes, is just through acceptance and just seeing it from a new perspective.
And also, I mean, you write about in the book as well that it took a while to get to that point, right?
Yeah,
for you to recognize you didn't think that...
I was like a full-blown adult.
Yeah.
I had kids by the time I figured that out, so yeah.
Do you worry about your kids with anxiety as well?
No, my kids do not have any anxiety, at least yet. They're completely different than I was. They're very independent. And I mean, I was independent, but yeah, they aren't showing any signs of anxiety yet. But if they do, they'll be fine.
Yes, well, you know how to...
I know how to handle it. I got it.
Okay, so let's talk about your online presence.
Yeah.
You've been online in a social media forum for quite some time, since the 90s, right?
Yeah, since the 90s.
Yeah, me too, since the 90s.
Yeah.
How do you deal with...
You're a nerd, too. I love this.
Well, I'm not really good at it.
Yeah.
It doesn't come to mind like the first thing I think of, but I definitely have been on since like,
When you, right. When you figured it out. When you were like, oh, this is a TV and this is a phone. This is my favorite thing.
Yeah,
you were like, it is fun.
Yeah, it's fun. So how do you deal with the people that you're talking with and speaking with? Like trolls, for example, or people that are...
Oh, trolls or whatever. They don't bother me anymore. Most of them are just in love with whoever they're trolling.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, they're obsessed in some way. Like, the only person I've ever really personally trolled is Trump for the last 6 years, and it's because I'm obsessed with how insane he is. There's a bit of, like, love there.
Do you communicate?
No. No, I've just been harassing him for 6 years. I actually stopped. I unfollowed him once he became the president. I was like, oh, I'm done with you now.
Right.
Everybody else can deal with it. I'm going to pretend you don't exist anymore.
The president of the United States.
Yeah, he doesn't exist.
Can we talk about that? Because the last essay in your book, I mean, this was a pivotal moment in your life. And I would say in many people's lives in terms of what came out of the conversations and the leaked tapes with Billy Bush and the now president Donald Trump.
Right.
And you had been listening to what had happened. You unmuted the program you're watching and listened to that conversation and went online and created the hashtag #NotOkay.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the impact of that on your life.
It was huge. I had, like millions, literally millions and millions of women telling me their stories of their first sexual assault. Not only, if there were multiple. Here's the
So that was your tweet.
That was my tweet.
Treat me of your first assaults. They aren't just stats. I'll go first. And then you shared one of your stories.
Yeah, and that was the first time I was assaulted, and I was in the 7th or 8th grade on a city bus. And it was the same thing that Donald Trump was saying that he could do to women whenever he felt like. And he had just said, you grab them and you can do whatever you want. And I was like, oh, well, that happened to me once, and it didn't feel so good. So I shared, and millions of women shared, and I think that it's made a huge difference in dialogue, since unfortunately it is something that happens every day in public, in front of parents. Kids are being touched. Things like this happen all the time. So I think normalizing the conversation is really important, even though we don't want to, admit that it is normal. I think that's why people stay quiet, but normalizing it is really important to maybe eradicating it and teaching men, because I don't think men are bad. Teaching boys what's okay and what's not okay is more important than teaching girls how to protect themselves.
Yeah, it was really powerful, especially when you have you had a bunch of tweets that, within this
in the
essay,
book, right?
And just reading them back to back to back, which is what your experience was, I'm sure, as it was sort of flowing in. It was very powerful and terribly upsetting.
It's very upsetting, and it was in the book. It's very short compared to what I went through for a week, getting all of these from women and trying to get them in the press, which thankfully I managed to do. It took a lot of responsibility off of me once the press picked up on it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
And it is, the whole book is such a powerful read.
Thank
really
you.
funny.
Thank you.
And really exciting and
Thank
so
you.
relatable.
Thank you
thanks
so
for
much.
being
I'm
here
glad
today.
you read it.
Oh, yeah. No, it was great. I really, really enjoyed it. Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
So the book is called When You Find Out the World Is Against You. Author Kelly Oxford has been chatting with us this morning.